Could you just take us through how you found out that you'd won the starting job? What was the process like, and when did you find out?
Yeah, so it was obviously a really close competition. All of us tried, did our best. We got a bunch of good kickers. Really, I had to kick well all the way up until the game. We were all taking reps up until, Saturday, I guess, doing it. So really around then is when I found out, that it was definitely gonna start out there.
Obviously the experience will come over time for you and stuff kicking this season, but I got to ask, that first kick you made 27 yards out, what did that do for your confidence making that kick on your first try?
Yeah, it did a lot, I'd say. It was a good ball. I was happy with it, but really where I got my confidence was in pregame. I felt like that's when when I really got to take a breath and got a lot of the nerves out was pregame. I was hitting well, felt better, and having Mason holding and Ras snapping, our operation was really clean on Sunday. So I was really confident in those guys too. So that helped me out a lot.
I guess heading into a week like this, where it's more of a tune-up week for SEC play, has there been any communication with Joe D about, hey, if we're in a long yardage fourth down, we're going to test your range more than maybe go for it?
Yeah, kind of one thing we always do is in pregame we'll get an idea of what our numbers are, what range we're feeling depending on wind. Obviously there's no wind indoors, but even out there, I had my number for that. Besides, or talking about ramping up for SEC, I'd say we're not really doing anything different this week than we would any other week.
I saw you hit from 51 in pregame. Was that about the edge of your range?
I'm not gonna get into specifics about my range, I guess, but I felt good at 51. Yeah, hit some more from farther back too during pregame, but yeah.
The other thing is, are you on scholarship?
No, I'm not. I'm a PWO.
Gotcha. Putting in 5 years here, I think a lot of people would have tried to look for other things. What kept you here?
Yeah, so this place is my home. I'm from Spartanburg, so right up the road. I love it here. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I have my degree, graduated in May of 24. Knew I wanted to come back for my graduate degree, so school is a big thing for me, so that's another reason why I wanted to stay.
William, throughout these 5 years, was there ever a point where, maybe you got close to this position another time and then for whatever reason didn't get to do it? Just how exciting was it to finally be told you're the guy and we're sticking with you?
Yeah, last year I was in the competition as well, really trying my best. Had a good chance last year. Didn't quite get it done, but yeah, this year I was really excited when I found out. Just felt like a big relief almost that a lot of years of hard work worked out. So
How much did you and John Love communicate this summer?
we actually didn't really talk that much leading up to the game. I talked to him a good amount during pregame, and then talked to him after the game. I love John. He's a good dude. He was when we were in high school, we were competing every day in high school also. He's a really good kicker. He's already had a great career. He's going to continue to have one.
So what was that like in high school for you guys? How was that? How did that go for those of us who didn't do our research before?
We had a ton of good kickers in my high school. We had 3 Shrine Bowl kickers in a row. Henry Bishop, who was a year older than me, and then John Love. So really it was just like a, next guy up. We were competing year in, year out. I punted some in high school also, so I got on the field a little bit more to do that too. So
going back to what you're saying about sort of staying at South Carolina, obviously Alex kind of had a similar story last year. Did you sort of feel like in the last year, okay, that could be me now, kind of the story of staying and then finally getting your shot?
Yeah, I definitely felt that way, especially last year. I felt like I had a chance to win the job last year, and didn't get it done at the time, but I just, kept working my way up during the season last year, just trying to, keep putting good reps on tape, and then kept it going this spring. Knew I had a chance again, so, yeah.
William, when you find out right before the game, do you think that's a good way to do it? As in, maybe as opposed to say like a week before, where you don't have to think too much about saying, "Okay, I've got it now. I can't let it loose."
Yeah, I mean, Coach Beamer, preaches competition all the time, and I feel like, there's when it's something as close as it was, that there's no reason not to, like keep the competition going, and the competition still isn't over. I have to keep performing week in, week out to maintain that job out on the field. Thank you.